Sean Wadley again of SWW Productions, back with my little bit of paper here, just to talk to you about writing. This is a great time to be a writer. I mean, you can write your book and you can get your books out there, build up an audience, sell your books or give them away for free. This is a great time to write, put the written word onto paper or do it digitally, and you can get your books out there, and it doesn't, and you know the best thing about it? It doesn't cost you a thing. It doesn't cost you a thing, and you don't have to worry about rejection either. I can remember back in the day when you used to hide, I probably got a copy of it somewhere, Writers and Artists Guild book, and you had to read through it. It's kind of the yellow pages, if you can remember yellow pages, yellow pages of writers and agents, and you had to find an agent first, send your book to the agent. There's no point sending your books to publishers because the publishers would reject your book left, right and centre. Your book could be the best book ever. They would always reject it. It's just the way it is. There's so many writers out there that they're not going to accept anyone. They're not going to accept you. Everyone wants to be a writer. They're not going to accept you not unless you've got an agent. So you submit copies of your book off to agents, and they would either not reply or they'd say thanks but no thanks. A few of them, the agents I sent books off, actually got quite funny and quite nasty. One person actually wrote back. She made the effort. They made the effort to write back to me and say, "Don't ever send anything to me ever again." And I was like, "Well, thanks." So it was tough. It was tough trying to get your books out there. And if you wanted to say self-publish your book, I mean, there was what was it called? Vanity publishing, nightmare. Lots of horror stories of vanity publishing. Vanity publishing could cost tens of thousands. Awful. Then there was print on demand, and then even then, that would cost you a lot of money. That would cost you a couple of hundred pounds just to get your books printed, to get into print. But now in this digitized world that we seem to be heading into, you can get your books out for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's just up to you to build an audience. There's a lot of people that don't like it. A lot of professional authors that don't like it, for obvious reasons, because it's sort of cutting away at their sales. But me personally, I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty exciting. And I mostly write, these days, poems. But and those I do I just put them on my blog. And sometimes I read them and I turn them into videos. I enjoy doing that as well. I've just finished a new poetry video, which I'll be uploading soon. But it's the best when you're writing and you've got the juice and the juice is flowing. It's the best. It's the best thing ever, and I absolutely love it when I can get going. It's great. It's brilliant. Absolutely. I mean, I get block. Like every other writer, I get block. And block, it's horrible. Block comes from just overthinking. I believe that's what block is. You're just overthinking it. I mean, you've just got to... No, don't overthink this. Just do it. Just do it. Let it... Send it out there. Get it done. Let go. The key is to let go. Relax. Try to relax. It's difficult for me to do, but I think it's difficult for a lot of people, but still... I've been working on a fantasy story, and I've been writing this book for years now. Years. It is the sequel to a book that I got published about 2011 called The Legend of Ruedwin. And I'm writing a sequel, and the sequel is called The Trials of Ruedwin. And I've been writing this now for, must be over 10 years. So it's a book that just, it's basically part of your life. It never goes away. It's always there. Trials of Ruedwin. The book has different fantasy creatures in it. It's very similar to Lord of the Rings, I'll be honest with you. Though I've tried to create my own races and beings. The one particular race that I'm going to talk about now are the Velani, who have a strange power Now, by the time of the Trials of Reuben, the Valani are dying out. But the Valani were the first to write the ancient words of Bragin and Ugrican. They understood the language of the lower Escher and would speak in this strange, flowing, trilling language whenever they were out at walks or the countryside and the trees were waving above their heads. They would often speak the Ushian language. Alush, Barich, it was a musical language, translated through song, sound, and brought about in a rhythm. So instead of, hello there, how are you? They would be like, Marchstum, and we shall now proceed with some of the writings of these ancient people. Let's get the camera up and ready there. The writings of the Valani of the North Ashir. Now, generally, whenever anyone was writing in the northern language of Ashir, the words were almost like very early Darakondian, very similar to Darakondian letters. You would often see these sort of high, like this, like there was like symbols. And it would be like a flowing breeze of water and air, blending into one another, like so. And every now and then there would be this sort of great swooping arch, like so. And then these little symbols down here would have different meanings, like where, there, from, and who. We move through the trees in peace, peacefully. And then the conversation would go on and someone would come in and then they would, so in one page here, you could have two people having a conversation with each other. So the second person would come in now and then they would speak here. Their conversation would enter like so. Like a blustery breeze and an ocean waves. It would flow like this. We welcome you into our house. And this symbol would be connected by these two here, these two words. Peace, welcome. And then the symbol we would have these decorations. These decorations here, they don't really mean anything, these here. It's just pure art. Pure art. Like so, do you see? But they look nice. And sometimes the art will blend in with the words. And there you have a sentence there in Oshiel, the language of the Valani, which is their language, as I said, it's a mixture of sound, music, and movement. And movement. It's very vibrant. It's very vibrant. It's very wild. But it's like it grabs you. It grabs you, and it takes you on a journey. That is the whole point of the language. It takes you on a journey. You are going from your home into a wild and strange country, and coming home with many fantastic tales to tell. That there is the language of Ashil, spoken by the Valani. Valani, language. Can you imagine being able to talk in this tongue? It would be magnificent. It would be a beautiful thing. It would be like listening to birds singing on a summer morn. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I'll see you next time as we talk about more ancient and forgotten and mysterious fantasy, words and art. Thank you, my friends, and good night.